Hello and welcome into LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Hurley. Thank you for joining us. A sport management program is a concentration that provides rigorous curriculum, understanding management principles of professionals in the world of sport. To tell us more about this program, we sat down with Dr. James Hurley, Dean of the School of Business at Lincoln Memorial University, and here is what he told us about the newest addition to academics here on campus.
The program is sport management, and a lot of people, so we want to make sure we start off right and call it sport management, because I always call it sports management, because it's so many different sports. And so it's sport management, and it will be at the undergraduate, graduate, and professional level. And we have hired a fabulous professor to direct the program, Dr. Reggie Overton from the American Sports Academy. And Dr. Overton's job will be he has now created the program, he's developed the curriculum, we've submitted to SACS, board approval, everything's approved, and now we're ready to move forward in the undergrad and the MBA, at the undergraduate and MBA level. So basically what sport management is, it's for those students that want to stay in sport, that want to continue a career around sports. For example, a lot of our student athletes, when they graduate, they still want to remain involved in the sport that they love so much. And even though some of them may not be able to have the opportunity to go on and play professionally, they want to coach, or they want to become an athletic director or a Parks and Rec director or YMCA director, all those things. And so the sport management degree is really that degree that those employers are looking to hire. So a lot of our student athletes obviously are really excited about the program, but this isn't just for student athletes, I'm sorry. This is for anyone that has a love for recreation or a love for sport, and you don't have to be an athlete to degree in sport management.
Academic coursework and experiential learning opportunities within the program will prepare students for a variety of possible career paths that include sports marketing, management of professional, collegiate, or amateur sport organizations, sport public relations, and event management. To find out more about the program, you can visit Lincoln Memorial University's website, lmunet.edu. LMU-DCOM is an authorized training center for the American Heart Association, and they are doing their part in raising awareness for National Heart Month. LMU-DCOM offers a wide range of courses and certifications for today's healthcare providers and the public at large through its Center for Simulation and Training. Using the state-of-the-art equipment and facilities, the AHA Training Center's multidisciplined instructors provide medical education in the areas of basic life support, advanced cardiac life support, and pediatric advanced life support. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for both men and women. To prevent heart disease and increase awareness of its effects, LMU-DCOM is proudly participating in American Heart Month throughout the entire month of February. Just as living a healthy lifestyle is key to having a healthy heart, and learning CPR is a key to saving hearts, LMU-DCOM's AHA Training Center courses are offered in a customer service-oriented classroom setting for several groups that would need to be prepared to use it. It includes, but is not limited to, physicians, nurses, respiratory therapists, paramedics, law enforcement, fire departments, rescue services, EMTs, and many others. The AHA Training Center is authorized to provide training in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia. For more information about how you or your community group can participate in CPR training, contact the AHA Training Center Coordinator, Jonathan Green. His number is 423-869-6480. The Lincoln Memorial University Music Program concert that was scheduled for Monday, February 15th will be rescheduled due to the winter weather. The Fretless is an award-winning group that takes Canadian and Celtic fiddle to new places, comprised of 3 fiddles and 1 cello. The group has toured extensively, and they were nominated for a Western Canadian Music Award. The group released their first album in 2012 with a follow-up in 2014, and they are currently finishing their third. The performance will consist of a range of tunes selected from their first 2 albums and a sneak peek at tunes from their upcoming album. The Fretless concert will be rescheduled and to be held in the Sam and Sue Mars Performing Arts Center inside Duke Hall. The concert will be free and open to the public. We will keep you updated on the date when the information becomes available. The Abraham Lincoln Library and Museum will commemorate the birth of its namesake by offering free admission on Fridays and Saturdays during the month of February. Home to one of the top 3 privately held collections of Abraham Lincoln and Civil War artifacts in the world, the museum proudly displays personal items of the 16th President of the United States, including a stunning tea set used by the Lincoln family when they lived in Springfield, Illinois, and the walking cane President Lincoln carried into Ford's Theater on the night of his assassination. The museum unveiled 2 new exhibits as part of its celebration with a ribbon-cutting ceremony just last Friday. The Constitution and the Civil War, a National Park Service produced traveling exhibit. It examines the sometimes highly contentious, often controversial role Lincoln's interpretation of the Constitution played in the Civil War. From the collection invites visitors to take a closer look at rare and interesting artifacts from the museum's world-class collection. Included in the exhibit is a pair of French porcelain vases depicting scenes from the highly influential novel Uncle Tom's Cabin, several art pieces inspired by Lincoln, as well as items from the Captain John Warden collection. Both exhibits will be on display through June 1st of 2017. The Abraham Lincoln Library and Museum is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from noon to 5 p.m. For more information about this and other programs at the Abraham Lincoln Library and Museum, you can call 869-6235. As we head to break, here is a look at the latest construction project on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University. What you are looking at was formerly the Pace House here on campus. The home was remodeled a few years back and held a conference room and several offices. Demolition is taking place in anticipation for construction on the upcoming vet building that will be built on the property. We will, of course, keep you up to date on the latest happenings here on campus, but for now, keep it right here because we'll be back after this break.
I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6. To me, being the first person to go to college, it's like setting a standard, you know? My little brother is 8 years old now. I challenge his curiosity. I challenge him to dream. I have to paint a picture for him that he can look up to and live up to and possibly be better than. My name is Jaquez, and I am your dividend.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. Getting that college education.
I dare you to be somebody important.
Be a teacher or a reality TV star.
Dare you to stand up here.
To call the shots.
To be a role model.
An inspiration. An innovator.
To be a teacher.
Think you can change my life?
Make me excited about science like you.
Have a career that really means something?
Do it.
I dare you.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck.
So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Welcome back. The Lincoln Memorial University School of Business is offering free tax preparation services through the Internal Revenue Service, or the IRS, Volunteer Income Tax Assistant Program. Students in the School of Business will be preparing taxes under the supervision and guidance of Assistant Professor of Business Roger Holt, a retired IRS employee. They are offering the services on Mondays and Wednesdays from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. The assistance will be available through the IRS tax deadline on Monday, April 18, 2016. Holt and his students have been trained on the IRS tax software and are certified to e-file returns. The services are available for very basic returns, including state income tax reporting. A temporary office is set up in room 117 of the Business and Education building on the main campus. Services are available on a first-come, first-served basis for individuals or families with income below $54,000. No appointments are necessary. Filers should bring proof of identification, tax documents including wage and earnings statements from all employers. That does include W-2s, 1099 forms, Social Security cards, for household interest statements, health insurance statements, and a copy of last year's federal and state returns, if they are available. For more information, you can contact Dr. Holt at 869-6699 or 737-2828. A second-year student in the DeBusk College of Osteopathic Medicine Physician Assistant Program has received the Heart Saver Hero Award for saving her mother's life. The Heart Saver Hero Award recognizes heroes that have acted courageously and stepped in to save a life. It was the day before Thanksgiving, November 25, 2015, when Sweet's mother, Robin of Williamsburg, Kentucky, arrived home after being released from the hospital with a viral illness. She soon began to feel lightheaded and sat down. Sweet recalls that her mother fell to the floor. With the help of her fiancé and father, they helped her mother walk to the couch. According to Sweet, within seconds, her mother stopped breathing and turned very blue. They moved her to the floor, assessed her pulse, and she did not have one. Sweet immediately began CPR, and within 5 minutes, her mother woke up and started breathing. Her pulse was strong, and she was no longer blue, but she was confused. They had called 911, and shortly after, she was transported to the emergency room. Sweet credits her quick thinking and CPR skills to the training she received at LMU while enrolled in the Physician Assistant Program. Sweet shared that she felt called to the medical field all of her life because of her desire to help others, but when she was called to help her own mother, it really hit home. Such a great story, and congratulations to her for her award, and we are very happy that her mother is doing better. Lincoln Memorial University College of Veterinary Medicine is proud to announce that Dr. Jason Johnson has been selected as the Associate Dean of Clinical Sciences for LMU-CVM. Johnson is also the Executive Director of the Center for Animal Health in Appalachia. Johnson is currently the Associate Professor of Veterinary and Medical Director of the DeBusk Veterinary Teaching Center for Lincoln Memorial University. Johnson's new position includes being the Medical Director of the DeBusk Veterinary Teaching Center with responsibilities for the operations of over 100,000 square feet of facilities. He is also responsible for all clinical, faculty, technical, and managerial staff, teaching equipment, and animals. Johnson will continue to serve in his role as the Executive Director of the CAHA, which is a mission in economic research, animal and public health research, and promotion of veterinary practices in underserved areas. In 2012, Johnson was one of 10 veterinarians nationwide to be selected for the American Veterinary Medical Association's Future Leaders Program and was named to Veterinary Practice News 25 Vets to Watch in our 25th year. Johnson is a 2003 graduate of Auburn University of Veterinary Medicine and a diplomat in the American College of Theriogenologists. Johnson completed a 3-year residency at Auburn University in food animal, earning a master's degree. The Kaler School of Nursing will host several information sessions for prospective applicants in Knoxville and Kingsport, Tennessee, as well as Corbin, Kentucky this spring. The information sessions will take place from 3 to 7 p.m. at the following locations: Cedar Bluff on February 23rd and March 15th, Kingsport at the Kingsport Center for Higher Education on March 31st and April 25th, Blount County at the Alcoa City Center on March 29th, the Baptist Corbin Health on March 17th. Pre-registration is not required, and interested persons may drop in at any time throughout the sessions. Information about all of the programs offered at the Kaler School of Nursing will be presented. Applications for the program will also be accepted during those information sessions. Enrollment in the Kaler School of Nursing has quadrupled over the last 5 years as new programs and concentrations have been added. For more information on these sessions, you can call 800-325-0900 extension 6324 or email Sherry Pearman at sherry.pearman@lmunet.edu. A Harrogate man has been indicted by the Bell County Grand Jury for various charges that led to his arrest in late November of last year. 20-year-old Harley Allen Hall was booked into the Bell County Detention Center on November 29th on 6 counts of first-degree possession of a forged instrument, first-degree possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, theft by unlawful taking, and several vehicle violations. According to earlier reports, police state they found drugs and counterfeit money in his vehicle after they responded to a shoplifting call at Walmart. According to the arrest citation, Hall scanned and paid for $16.98 worth of merchandise, but did not scan or pay for an additional $11.94 worth of merchandise. Officers say they found 3 small plastic bags containing white powder, a white powdery substance that field tested positive for methamphetamine, a glass pipe, a torch, a digital scale, a forged $100 bill, 4 forged $20 bills, and a forged $10 bill in his vehicle. Hall was released from jail on December 15th on a $1,000 full cash bond. Now keep it right here, because after this break, Adam Haley is going to be bringing you the latest updates on sports from around campus and what you can expect coming up this week.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
College. It can seem a million miles away. But what if you could get help with your tuition expenses? Get help filling out all those applications and finding a major that fits. All of a sudden, the impossible becomes possible. Visit collegefortn.org today. College. You can get there from here.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Welcome back. The LMU basketball team spent Valentine's weekend at home in the Tex Turner Arena when they hosted Newberry College to town. Both the Lady Rail Splitters and the Newberry Wolves women's team were part of a 3-way tie for second place, coming in with Mars Hill. Both teams came out firing, combining for 43 first quarter points, and the Wolves led by 1. As high scoring as the first quarter was, the second quarter was not. neither team scored more than 8 points, and it was Newberry who went into the break leading 30-28. The Wolves' second half lead grew to as many as 6 before LMU went on a 16-2 run to end the third leading 46-38. Stephanie Smith converted a three-point play early in the fourth to put LMU up 11 before Newberry made their run. The Wolves eventually took the lead back on a Meg Essex layup with less than 2 minutes left. 2 free throws by Essex with 45 seconds left tied the game up and sent it into overtime. In the overtime, Newberry became the dominant team. The Lady Rail Splitters went 1 of 8 from the field and lost to Newberry in overtime 80-71. Megan Pittman led LMU with 15 points and 12 rebounds and was later named the SAC Player of the Week. With the loss, LMU falls to 14-9 overall and 11-7 in the conference, which now has them tied with Wingate for 4th place. The LMU men were looking to extend their record winning streak in the conference, while Newberry was looking to continue their push toward a home quarterfinal game. The Wolves jumped out to a 5-0 lead before LMU went on an 18-3 run to take the 10-point lead. The lead would hang around 10 until a Jarrell Simmons 3 started a 21-11 run to push LMU's lead to 20 before they went into the break ahead by 21 by the score of 54-33. In the second half, the Wolves would not go away as they bit into the LMU lead. Newberry took 10 points off the lead a little more than 3 minutes in. LMU built the lead back up to 15 before Newberry made Rail Splitter Nation sweat. With 6 minutes to go, the Wolves brought the game back to within 5. But Simmons, Emmanuel Terry, and the rest of the Rail Splitters were too much, and LMU went on to win 107-97. Simmons and Luquan Choice led LMU with 32 points apiece, and Simmons was also later named SAC Player of the Week. With the win, LMU improved to 22-2 overall and 18-0 in conference. Now, both teams will be back in action Wednesday night when they'll host Mars Hill for the second-to-last regular season home game of the season. The women will get things started at 6 p.m. with the men's game to follow at 8 p.m. LMU Sports Network coverage will start at 5:40 on 91.3 FM WLMU and LMU Community TV. The men's game will also be carried by WYMT's sister station, that's EYMT, throughout southeast Kentucky. The LMU softball team traveled to Columbus, Georgia last weekend for the CSU Cougar Classic. Game 1 saw them beat Tuskegee 4-0 for their first win of the season. Jennifer Moose hit a 2-run home run, while Kristen McAndrew hit a solo home run in the game. Breonna Taylor picked up the win in the circle, going 5 1/3 innings, allowing 2 hits and striking out 5. Game 2 against Young Harris did not go LMU's way. Sarah McGill homered twice and collected 4 RBIs as the Mountain Lions won 6-2. Alicia Raymond took the loss, going 4 innings and giving up 7 hits and 4 runs. Game 3 the next day was against host Columbus State, and the Cougars were not very hospitable as they scored 5 runs in the 5th and 4 more in the 7th on their way to a 9-4 win over LMU. Raymond once again took the loss, this time only going 1 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs on 1 hit. The 4th and final game was against nationally ranked Georgia College, and once again it was 1 inning that doomed the Lady Rail Splitters as they gave up 7 runs in the 2nd on their way to a 9-3 loss. Kenzie Dixon took the loss for LMU, only going 1 inning but giving up 5 hits and 6 runs. The LMU softball team is scheduled to hit the road again on Wednesday to Nashville, Tennessee for a doubleheader with Trevecca. The LMU baseball team was scheduled to start their home schedule last weekend with a 3-game set with Ohio Valley. That series was moved to Thursday of this week, weather pending, and their scheduled game with Virginia Wise was postponed from Tuesday to a date to be named later. The LMU lacrosse teams also had their weekend plans ruined last week with postponement and canceled games. The LMU men will be back in action Wednesday evening in Tigerville, South Carolina when they face North Greenville. The LMU women will start their season on Friday when they'll travel to face Montreat at 3:30 p.m. in Montreat, North Carolina. Now that's all for sports, but stay tuned after the break as Joseph Lewis will let us know who won the battle between Kung Fu Panda and Deadpool when he brings you the box office report when we return here on LMU Community TV News.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Hello, I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Tops at the box office this Valentine's Day weekend were led in the wake of nonstop marketing hype by Deadpool, the first major superhero outing of the year, raking in $132 million in its opening weekend, officially the biggest debut ever for an R-rated film. Advanced Thursday screenings alone accounted for $12.7 million of its gross, meaning this notably adult-oriented film had a more successful preview than Marvel's runaway hits Captain America: The Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy. Deadpool also marks a much-needed commercial win for Fox after a string of box office disappointments, including Fantastic Four, Maze Runner: The Scorch Trials, and Victor Frankenstein. Following at number 2 was last week's winner Kung Fu Panda 3, adding $19 million onto its now $94 million domestic gross. Although the film is accumulating money at a slower rate than the previous 2 entries in the franchise, its generally positive reception and its lack of family-friendly competition over the next few weeks should point to its long-term profitability. And rounding out the top 3 was newcomer How to Be Single, the romantic comedy taking $17 million in its first weekend, undoubtedly bolstered by its holiday release, as well as the involvement of 50 Shades of Grey star Dakota Johnson. The weekend's other newcomer, Zoolander number 2, took $13 million and came in at number 4 despite overwhelmingly negative critical reception. The film's debut gross is comparable to that of the first Zoolander, though with a soft opening and considerably worse reviews, it's a question mark as to whether or not the film will match even the low $45 million accumulated by the previous film. Meanwhile, veritable movie of the moment, Star Wars: The Force Awakens continues to draw audiences after 9 weeks of release, adding another $6 million onto its astonishing $914 million domestic gross. Worldwide, the film has totaled more than $2 billion, now placing within the all-time top 3 behind James Cameron's 1-2 punch of Avatar and Titanic. Although The Force Awakens has several weeks left to go in its theatrical run, it remains to be seen whether or not topping Titanic's $2.1 billion and Avatar's $2.7 billion will exceed even the extensive grasp of Star Wars. For more information on the film's continuing box office success, be sure to visit www.boxofficemojo.com. Critical darling The Revenant also continues to perform, adding $6 million onto its now $158 million domestic gross, while other titles, including the Coen brothers' Hail Caesar and Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, are already beginning to slip down the charts. Perhaps most embarrassingly, the critically derided Nicholas Sparks adaptation The Choice managed to pull only $5 million on Valentine's Day weekend. This coming week, viewers can expect Deadpool to retain the number 1 slot, while genre fans flock to the hotly anticipated release of independent horror film The Witch. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
And that is going to do it for us for this week's LMU Community TV News.
I'm Adam Haley. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on Thursday.
For everyone here at LMU Community TV, I'm Ashley Hurley. Have a great week.